A new wave of tension trembles through the atmosphere of this fictional British monarchy, as if the walls of Buckingham Palace themselves were holding their breath while the world leans closer to listen. From the earliest moment of this unfolding narrative, an invisible vibration seems to ripple through the royal corridors, because in this dramatic retelling, the silence that once protected the crown is shattered by an unexpected voice, a voice that many believed buried under layers of time, discretion, protocol, and unspoken agreements. Camilla's fictional ex-husband steps into the spotlight of this imagined universe and breaks years of silence with revelations so heavy, so charged, and so electrifying that they echo far beyond the palace walls. His words emerge like lightning striking an ancient structure, illuminating cracks that were always there but carefully hidden beneath centuries of tradition. According to this dramatized testimony, what he reveals is nothing less than an emotional earthquake shaking the monarchy from its core. In his account, he describes a moment so intense that it feels almost unreal, an encounter that took place between Camilla and the newly crowned King William in an environment already burdened with emotional storms, legacy pressures, and the impossible weight of royal expectations. In the heart of this fictional confrontation, the palace becomes a stage where every whispered rumor and unseen tension converge to create a moment capable of altering everything. What unfolds in his narrative is not a political conflict or a strategic disagreement but a deeply personal explosion, the kind that erupts when years of silence collide with unresolved emotions. He recounts how Camilla, in a moment of overwhelming frustration in this fictional story, allegedly stormed into a private royal room where King William was engaged with senior advisors. The very atmosphere of that room, rich with protocol and burdened with centuries of formality, suddenly shifts as she enters. The advisors freeze. The air thickens. The weight of unspoken history dances around the two figures standing at the center of this fictional storm. The ex-husband describes Camilla's emotions as raw, unfiltered, charged with a mixture of personal pain and accumulated tension. Her voice, sharp with intensity, cuts through the silence of the palace like a blade, creating a moment so powerful that witnesses in this dramatized account struggle to process what they are seeing. King William, in this fictional telling, stands stunned, caught between his royal posture and the human shock of an unexpected confrontation. The responsibilities resting on his shoulders collide with a sudden burst of emotions erupting before him. The palace, usually a symbol of controlled elegance, becomes the arena of an intimate storm, a clash born not from politics but from personal wounds stretching far into the past. As the confrontation unfolds in this storytelling scenario, advisors exchange anxious glances, unsure whether to intervene or remain frozen in place. The walls seem to close in as Camilla's voice reverberates against them, releasing years of suppressed emotions. The ex-husband's fictional revelations continue, painting a picture of a monarchy struggling to maintain its polished image while the private tensions of its members threaten to unravel the tightly woven fabric of its traditions. Behind the scenes, panic spreads among senior palace staff who scramble to contain the emotional shockwave before it leaks into the world beyond the palace gates. But in this narrative landscape, secrets do not stay buried for long. Whispers begin circulating, small at first then rapidly spreading like wildfire. Every corridor of the palace becomes saturated with speculation as servants, guards, advisors, and insiders sense that something monumental has occurred. By the time fragments of the confrontation reach the outside world in this dramatization, a storm of fascination, disbelief, and curiosity explodes among the public. Commentators in this fictional universe begin dissecting each detail while citizens around the world question what this emotional eruption means for the stability of the monarchy. For the first time in this imagined timeline, the crown appears fragile, vulnerable, shaken not by political conflict or international crisis but by the personal earthquakes born within its own walls. Tradition, duty, and protocol struggle to hold their ground against the raw reality of human emotion, revealing that even the most powerful institutions can tremble when confronted with unresolved pain. As the fictional drama continues, the palace becomes a labyrinth of tension where every whisper carries weight and every silent glance hints at deeper fractures. The advisors closest to the king attempt to rebuild the shattered calm, yet each new detail from the ex-husband's testimony adds another layer of complexity. The monarchy stands at the edge of an emotional precipice, uncertain of what will come next or how this unexpected eruption will reshape its future. In this narrative world, the public watches with bated breath as the story continues to evolve. The palace that once projected an image of unshakable composure now feels like a fortress trembling beneath an unseen force. In this fictional universe shaped by dramatic tension, the emotional collision between Camilla and William becomes a symbol of the fragile humanity hidden beneath royal robes. The monarchy, usually protected by tradition and protocol, finds itself exposed to the unpredictable storms that grow when silence is broken and truths come to light. As this dramatized story reaches its final moment, the echo of the confrontation still vibrates through the walls of this imagined palace, leaving a question suspended in the air like a shadow that refuses to fade. What do you think the world would say if a moment like this ever surfaced from behind the palace gates?